Hey guys, how you guys doing? Kyle Coggins here, coming to you with another movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing Wonder Woman. So, I had to wait a day to review this movie because it's one of those movies that, for me, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. Like, coming out of the movie, I knew it was a good movie. I knew it was made very well, direction, everything was good. But it was like, from my personal taste, was it a good movie? And I was sharing this with a couple buddies of mine, and I thought to myself, if somebody came to me and told me, wow, this movie's a 9 out of 10, I would say, okay, I could see why you would say that. But if somebody came to me and said, man, this movie was like a 4, I can also say, I understand why you say that. Yeah, it could be a 4. So I wanted to just wait a day. One thing that you can't deny, this movie had heart, the movie had hope. That's one thing that the other DCEU movies have been missing. I don't believe Man of Steel was missing that, but that's up for another debate. But I came to a conclusion on a number, but we'll get into that later. Let's talk about some of the things I liked about the movie. Gal Gadot. I thought she was a great Wonder Woman. She was super seductive in the movie. She played that naive role very well. And she was naive because she's never met man. She doesn't understand how the world works outside of Themyscira. And I thought she played that role very well. She had a lot of emotion, and I thought she did a great job. Another thing to add to that, she's not the best actress in the world, but with her accent, I thought Patty Jenkins, the director, did a great job at making the other Amazons copy her accent. So it seemed like that's how Amazons speak. I thought that was really clever. Another thing I really enjoyed was Chris Pine. I think Chris Pine stole the show in this movie. He was just great as Steve Trevor. The humor he brought and the real war, I'm in it. Like you felt it. You believed that you were in World War I whenever he was on screen and the things he did. To go into the next segment, the chemistry I thought was all Chris Pine. The chemistry between Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor. She didn't really. Like, the chemistry was great, but I think it was because of Chris Pine, because she didn't really have many lines with Chris Pine. Chris Pine did most of the talking, and most of her stuff was through the way she looked, the confusion and stuff like that, which I thought she did great. But Chris Pine, I thought, was great. His humor, especially on Themyscira when he's trying to explain man and how men are different. Like, I thought that was really funny. But yeah, the chemistry when they're in the trenches during World War I and on the battlefield, and Diana, she doesn't understand why things are going on and blah blah blah, and he's trying to explain to her why all this is going on, but rounds and mortars are flying over their heads, and he's in charge and he's trying to do this mission, but he kind of has to babysit, and I think Chris Pine juggles all that. And all that, he just does a great job of acting in this movie. I thought the score was great. That Wonder Woman theme, they found a way to stretch it and to make a score around that. And I find that's probably very hard to give somebody something to say, okay, make me a score, but this has to be the centerpiece. Like, usually people like raw creation, like to create their own things. So I thought the score was great. And the score is another reason why the action, the build-up to the action scenes. The score plays a huge part in the build-up to these action scenes, because you know this. One thing I love about movies, and I love about action movies and superhero movies, if there's parts of the movie where I'm like, here we go, just like in Logan when he took the injection in his neck and he's running through the woods, like that's like that here we go feeling. In the Avengers, when they did the panorama of all of them, you're like, here we go. That if a movie has that here we go moment, like I love those moments. And Wonder Woman has a lot of here we go moments. And the build up, the score, and the emotion around and the kids and the war and it's like all confusing her and then it goes into these action pieces, and I thought those build-ups were magnificent. Now, just like all movies, there's things you dislike. So some of the things I dislike about the movie, and I'm gonna tread water here because I don't want to spoil anything. And this is a technical aspect that I didn't like, but there was a constant in every action scene that I thought was very oversaturated. That's really all I could talk about with that because I don't want to get into detail, but when you watch the movie, there's a constant in every action scene, except for one, and it was just, I thought that just ran its course. Like, it just got on my nerves. The German general in the movie, I believe he was to me, I think he was a plot device, and just, I don't know, I just thought it was stupid. Ares, I mean, I can't really say anything more because that would be a spoiler, but just, Ares had one physical feature that just irritated me. Like, it was just annoying, this physical feature of his. But that bothered me. All in all, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. The second act of the movie was fantastic. The first act there, Mascara, get you into the movie, get you a little bit of the mythology. I enjoyed that. The second act was fantastic. I thought the third act struggled. I thought the third act was a little too long. Maybe some of these scenes just was kind of drawn out, and maybe they could have cut those down. But I just love the chemistry with Princess Diana and Steve Trevor. I thought that was great. I'm really excited to see a sequel to this movie. I know they said Patty Jenkins is coming back to direct the sequel and another DC film, but I'm really excited about that. But all in all, I guess I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. Usually an average movie that I probably won't recommend is around a 6. Anything below that, I think, is not trash, but on the verge of trash. But so I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But this movie, it's really hard to describe this movie or talk about this movie without spoilers, because it's just one big spoiler. Just one spoiler fest of a movie. So, hopefully you guys got something out of this, and I really appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys.